Hey guys, welcome to a new series called Yoga with Friends. This is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. It's just me doing things I love with the people I love. So I hope you enjoy. Will you face the lovely people? So today I'm here with my mom. I'm using my mom so that you can see realistic, so that you can see what it might feel like in your body versus what it feels like in someone who's been teaching and practicing yoga for a long time's body, right? So the body is gonna show you that it'll look different on everybody. Some things are more accessible for some people. She is very limber for her age. Why? I don't know. But yeah, so it'll look different for everybody. And that's a good thing because we all look different anyway already off top. Okay, we're gonna start today where you are. For this practice, you're gonna need 2 blocks and a strap, a yoga strap that is at least shoulder width distance length. You could use a towel or something else instead, but at least needs to be as wide as your shoulders. Okay, we're starting with seated cat-cow to kind of connect you to your breath. So you'll put your hands on your knees. And as you inhale, use your hands to help you push your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you, start to look up without crooking your neck all the way. Good, and then exhale, round your back. You can kind of pull on the knees and you can lean back. So as you do this, you're trying to kind of like ice cream scoop out your chest. And you just pull on the knees to have some tension, yeah. And then inhale, chest goes forward. This is like cow pose if you've done this in class before. Exhale, cat. 6 rounds of breath to help you get some fluid into the spine. All right, and then the next time that you come up, I'm gonna grab your strap, take it shoulder width distance above you. Here's your strap, and then you lift your arms up overhead. And just lean over towards the right. So if you will, turn and face the side of your mat. Here we go. Okay. And now just lean over towards the right. Beautiful. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, take it to the left, up and over, like you're trying to stretch between your hips and your shoulders. So inhale back to center, up and over to the left. One more both ways. You could also do this standing for sure. All right, back to center, pause, go up a little bit more, lean to the left, and then start to move your left shoulder back, left hand back in space. Nice. And then with your left hand, start to pull down. So your right arm will bend, but keep sitting up tall. Good. And then only go so far that you can sit up tall, right? If you start to lean back, you're going too far. You can start to bend this top elbow. Yeah. And then you feel a big stretch in your triceps. Good. How does this feel? Okay. All right. And then straighten this arm out. Both arms go back overhead, reset back in the middle. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hands to the knees. Keep pulling tension on the strap so it stays tight all the way down. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Lean to the right. Pause. And obviously this isn't your 100% leaning to the right, right? So that you can move your right hand back in space and start to bend that left elbow. When you get here, kind of poke out your chest. Try to lift the rib cage up off of the hips. And then we'll slowly come back to center. You move the top arm first and then the right arm back to neutral, arms overhead, hands down to the knees. If you can release your strap and come into a tabletop position facing the mirror. Right, and then straighten your right leg out behind you. And as you do this, you're gonna feel your right hip kind of lift up in the sky, so lift it up and kind of tilt. Instead, you wanna try to turn both hip points down towards the ground. And you'll do that by activating the outside of your left thigh. So you're hugging your left thigh in towards your body to help you neutralize your hips. And then bend your right knee and go knee to nose. So you're trying to round to tap your knee to your nose. Good. Inhale, look forward, straighten the leg directly back, like your foot is pressing up against a wall. Flex your foot down towards the ground, and then exhale, knee to nose. Good, one more like that, breathe in. And then breathe out, round your back. Round, 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 round. Yeah, okay, inhale, straighten the leg out. Straight, yeah. And then put your knees back together. And then do the same thing on the other side. So lift the left knee, stick your foot out, and then exhale, knee to nose, round your back a lot. Good, inhale, straighten the leg out. Twice more, exhale, round your back. And then remember what I said about the other side. So you're using right thigh to help you neutralize your hips down towards the ground. Good, and then knee to nose. Yes, do one more. Just one more. Nice work. Good, and then knees together, toes together, knees out very wide, child's pose. Push your hips back down towards your thighs, head down towards the ground. Anytime you're in child's pose, you're trying to see how far back can I push my hips and how far forward can I reach my hands, looking for as much length in the spine as you can create. All right, and then start to press back up onto your hands from a tabletop, and you're gonna step your right foot to that, or rather your left foot to the outside of both of your hands. So left foot comes out over here. You can use your blocks underneath your hands. Scoot your right knee back in space a little bit so you start to feel the front of right hip crease opening up. And then turn your left toes out to an angle. Yeah, so left toes are turned out to an angle about 45 degrees away from you, and then roll to the pinky edge of your left foot. So your left big toe is off of the ground. Yes, and then move your hips around. Wiggle around for just a moment. Kind of see how this feels in your body. As you do this, you want to keep your chest up and shoulders back. It's almost like you're trying to do a back bend or that cow pose with your upper body to help stabilize the hips. All right, great. And then stamp your right foot flat on the floor. Great. Put your left hand behind your head. Good. Like you're about to flex. And then look up and back. Open your chest as much as you can. I want you to try to make left elbow touch the right thumb. Good. And then inhale, open up a few more times like that. It's an exhale to twist. And then inhale to open. So while you're doing this, keep pressing your foot into the floor and the top of the shin that's behind you into the floor. So you stabilize and completely disconnect rib cage from the hips. Go ahead and do one more. Good, inhale, finish back up in the sky, stick your hand all the way up in the sky, and then start to reach towards the back of the room. And if you want, you can bend your back foot and grab the top of your foot. Yes, nice. Okay, so this is not accessible for everybody. You could be really tight in your hamstrings, and that'll make it a little bit more challenging to do. And so even if you can just lift your foot up off the ground, you'll feel that activation, and that is what will eventually take you there to getting the foot to hand connection. Can you put your foot in your elbow? An up level would be, if you're really flexible, you could try to put your foot in your elbow. Or you can try with the other hand. Reach back to the top of your foot with the other hand. Yes. Ooh, that one's a little different, a little bit more challenging, right? Okay, let go of your foot, hands down, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee up off the ground, scoot your right foot in just a little bit. You're gonna step forward into a yoga squat at the top of your mat. So feet out a little wide. Oh, all right now. Good, okay, lift your hands up. Weight is in the heels, and you're lowering down for the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then you can put your hands on the ground. You can scoot your feet in just a little bit more. Elbows into the thighs, to the inner thighs. Pressing the elbows into the arms. And, elbows into the knees and knees into the elbows. Kind of sway from side to side. Great. For 3, for 2. And then on the 1, use the blocks or don't. Hands on the ground, but up in the air. Yes, and then step your left foot back. Keep your right foot where it is, so you can do the same thing on the other side. So left foot steps back, left knee down to the ground. Lift the chest, press the shoulders back, kind of lift heart up out of the stomach. Good. And then you can move around for a little bit. Shake your butt, look forward and back. Try to get your right foot over here a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And so with your foot at an angle, if there is a mirror in front of you, you could clearly see both of your hip creases directly in front of you in the mirror because your foot is so far off to the side. A lot of times the foot can get stuck underneath you, and then that limits the mobility of your hip, the accessibility of that hip and outside glute. Okay, all right, when you're ready. Yep, hand goes behind the head. Roll onto the pinky edge of your right foot first. Let's start with this. Just push your knee away from your face with your hand. Yeah, and just breathe for a moment like that. Get a little deeper into the hips. Okay, and now you can put your hand behind your head and start to go elbow to thumb. Right elbow to the left thumb, taking it across your body. And this is mobilizing your T-spine. So as you do this, only ideally your upper body moves. You press your right foot flat into the floor without gripping your toes. And you anchor down through the left shin that's behind you so that you're isolating your upper body in this motion. Let's take one more. Okay, and then the next time you come up, you can reach back for the top of your foot. Reach back, look back. There we go. Good. All right, and then as you do this, say you do have your foot, you're trying to rotate your chest and you press away from the mat with the left arm. So you kind of, it gets longer. It feels like you're growing up out of your left arm. And you can look back over your shoulder. You can kind of look out into the distance and be nice to your neck. Deep breaths and sink your hips back while you do this. Rather sink your hips forward and down. Yes, that's it. Now keep pushing up out of your left elbow. Yeah, there you go. So the upper body's rotating. Feels different? Mm-hmm. Getting that. Okay, good. For 3. For 2. Then you can gently let it go. Careful, careful. All right, and then tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and step back into your yoga squat. All right, once you get there, this time lift your arms up overhead, if you can. Arms go up in the air. A little bit more challenging this way, you're pushing the weight into the heels and trying to tilt your butt down towards the ground, kind of lean back. You can lean into me. You can lean into me. Good, okay. The weight is in the heels. And then put your hands down on the ground. Lift your butt, lean forward, lift your butt, lift your butt, look down, lift your butt. Straighten the legs. There it is. Good, okay. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. And then just bend one knee, bend the other knee, and kind of sway from side to side. Relax your arms and slowly roll up to standing. We'll finish standing today at the top. Reach for the sky. Put your palms together at your chest. And hands firmly together at your heart. Let's close with a deep breath in and out. Thank you for making time to practice with me today. Namaste.